out. Oh, it's rain. It's raining. It's drizzling. We got rain. Would NASCAR ever let a field of 40 cars going nearly 200 miles per hour race down into turn 1 in the pouring rain? We're about to find out. Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video here on R Factor 2. We are doing some recreation of NASCAR's mess here in the regular season finale on Sunday from Daytona, where they sent a pack of cars racing down into turn 1 in the pouring rain, or not the pouring rain at the time, but it was a very wet track that they were unaware of, and it caused a massive accident that wiped out many drivers' chances of making the playoffs, and where we ultimately ended up seeing Austin Dillon win his way in once they went back racing here. So we're gonna try and see if we can make it to the end of this race here. 20 laps around Daytona International Speedway. Here is Denny Hamlin, who was one of the front runners at the time when they went down into turn 1, and it was a very wet track, and you saw they found out the hard way as both him and Daniel Suarez leading their both respective lanes of the outside and inside, and they both completely lost control of their cars here now as we head down through this trial here. So our goal is 20 laps of racing here, now 19 laps of racing here from Daytona, and we are trying to work our way to the front because we're being told in our ear right now that there is rain on the way. Oh, there's a little bit of contact right there with Kevin Harvick after running into the back of the 77, but we see there's a radar. It's showing rain coming at the track very quickly here. It is developing all around. You can see the cloud build up here. One of the cool things about R Factor 2 is I think it's the only racing game I've ever played that I've seen this actually showcased in, is you can actually see the weather moving directly towards the tracks and break up all the way at the front of the grid right now. We have a couple of two-car packs and breakaways right now. We'll see if this pack can run them down, but there you see it. That's the cell of rain directly in front of us. You know, it doesn't really necessarily look like a storm on the way. It looks like just normal clouds. However, that is a storm cell headed right at us, and well, guess what? Just where it happens to be is over in this turn 1 area that it's going to probably end up hitting here as we head through this first turn. It's a little bit difficult to make our way through traffic here, and we want to be up towards the front, but we got time to do it. I don't want to be up towards the front until when it matters here, very close to the end of this 20-lap event. However, the pack racing, it's been a minute since we visited this pack racing here from Daytona, but it is honestly a lot of fun, other than you can see, of course, some issues there with a 4-car breakaway at the front of the grid, and I don't know if we're going to be able to run them down or not, but we do need to try and get a move on with it here because we really haven't made much progress. And look at this weather is quickly moving in. It might actually rain a lot sooner than anticipated right now. You see on the bottom right, weather dry, track dry, so we know what the track conditions are like here, maybe before NASCAR does, so we can throw a caution before NASCAR does. Let me know in the comments what you thought about NASCAR handling that whole, mess of a, disaster it was with the rain and whatnot in turn 1. Personally, after listening to interviews from other drivers, I actually really like what Daniel Suarez had to say. Obviously, I'm biased because he's my favorite driver. However, no, I still enjoyed what he had to say in the kind of vibe that if we know the rain is so close, why take the risk of waiting until it's actually there and the track gets wet to throw the caution? Because when they're going nearly 200 miles per hour, I feel like it's not worth the risk and the safety to wait until the track is actually getting wet at a track like Daytona. I think NASCAR definitely made an error right there. I know they said they didn't know that it was raining at that point in time when it obviously, happened, which I do believe. I believe NASCAR. It certainly came out of nowhere. However, I think still the fact that they were willing to risk waiting until that track got wet to throw the caution was the issue here, when that is such a risky thing to do at any track, and especially Daytona, where big ones happen all the time and the crashes are very gnarly. So I was a little bit disappointed for I think the 17th time this season in NASCAR and how they handled something, and maybe the second lowest moment behind the All-Star race finish there with that absolute disaster. But focusing back on this race, do let me know, like I said, what you thought in the comments about that. But you can see right now the cars that got away, they're closing back up to us. So this pack right here working together, we're not making a lot of headway. We just got to play our cards right. It's like a chess match like it usually is. What I really like here is it's pretty legit. We're seeing a lot of 2x2 action here. There was some 3x3 action to be had in Daytona this past week, and I don't know how much we're going to see that here in R Factor, but definitely a lot of 2x2 side by side here as we're still stuck behind this number 4 of Kevin Harvick. A lot of checkups there on the exit of turn 4. The The urgency's got to be picking up, boys. I mean, look at the cell that is coming over top of us here. How quick is this rain going to get here now, as we still have 14 laps remaining? And I want to get the elbows out, get a little bit aggressive, but as soon as I pull out a line here, I have no slipstream to work with. As you can see, everyone's kind of running a lane up higher than myself, so I'm kind of forcing the issue a little bit here, pushing Harvick up the track, hoping that I get my own space to work with, but didn't quite happen there. So we're just going to have to really settle in and hope for the best, but it is really, really difficult right now to make our way forwards. Harvick is slower than a grasshopper when it's stuck in molasses right here in turn 3. What are you doing? We have a absolutely massive run that we're going to try and take here. See if we can clear Alfredo and then jump up in front of him. Yes, we can. Okay, so I think we just kind of found the meta. Oh, we're into the back of Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin's employee in real life this season, who's unfortunately not in that number 45 card currently, but I think we just found the meta on how to make some passes here. Is we take a gigantic run. We kind of leave a gap like this right here and take a gigantic run that really seems to be building up, especially down through that trioval area. As, oh, we could take an opportunity right here. Bell is a teammate who's not going to leave a whole lot of room to work with. We nearly get a caution there. That wouldn't have been because of rain. That was a near disaster. I think the rain is going to come very soon here. Honestly, a lot sooner than originally anticipated. A big push to the back of Jamie McMurray here down this front straightaway. So we drift back down to P26. These guys here are, I mean, absolutely insane now, as everyone's maybe picking up the urgency a little bit here. I'm going to jump to the outside of McMurray, see if we can pass him on this side. No, we cannot, because Alex Bowman in the outside line. We're all checking up. I'm in the outside wall actually here. I hope that doesn't get us separated, but we do have a good bit of speed already pick up. Okay, we're going to be just fine, but what in the world was that checkup there on the exit of turn 2? Massive run. We have an absolutely massive run that obviously we have to take as far as we possibly can, and we'll just, oh my goodness, look at this. We'll just try and settle in right here with 3 wide with one of the Kyle Larsons now, as though you can see a mix, by the way, of 2022 and 2021 liveries here on the track. But honestly, a nice gain right there. We're closing in towards the top 10, and we are about to hit the halfway point of this race. No rain yet. We know it's close. We know it is very, very close. It's really just any lap now. It's going to kick off, I'm sure, here. As we got one of the Larsons behind us, and we're side by side with the Larson. I don't really have the luxury of being able to look around very much, which would be really nice at this specific track. However, most importantly, we made a nice gain. Almost looks like this cell above us right here is actually broken up a little bit. I'm seeing a little bit of blue sky. And you know what, maybe I'm not, actually. I think that's just the fact that the clouds are covering everything now. I don't even know anymore now, as we got McMurray actually just made it 3 wide here. So no, we get settled back into the top lane here. Let's see if we can make some headway on this outside, as we haven't really tried that so far. But we're going to give a big push to the back of the 37 here. I want to get going towards the front. I don't want to be back here when it starts raining. This is not where I want to be, and I don't know how quick it's going to develop, because obviously in Daytona real life, you know, it happened. Track got very wet really quick, and there was zero grip. Everybody went crashing. However, I think it's going to be a completely different scenario here. I think it's probably going to happen quite slow, and we'll have time to react to it. However, even when it's, say, the track gets wet, with the way the game is and the physics, we might not even go completely crashing, but I think we're going to find out the difficult way. I don't know if there's anyone on my inside. There is. My spotter doesn't say anything, so I'm going to make it 3 wide in the middle if I can here. Not quite going to happen. Oh, maybe it will happen now by accident. Oh my goodness, a little bit of an error actually opened the door. 3 wide in the middle. I'm going to try and just follow Kyle Larson here, and we oh my goodness, Steno's backs out of it, thank goodness. Now is look at this run we got. Do we take it? I'm not going to take this one. As a teammate of Kyle Busch, we're not trying to mess him completely over here, as they are all single file at the front of the grid, and we continue to slowly, it's a slow crawl towards the top 10 here, but we are slightly getting closer here, as I am really interested to see what happens with this weather now. I thought it was getting ready to rain. Now it looks like some weather has moved past, but then you see the cell heading at us again here in turn 1, so this is probably going to be the cell that probably does the trick, I would imagine. The whole back half of the track here definitely covered in some weather, but nothing actually in terms of precipitation currently falling on this track here as we head down into turn 3. And you can see up front still about a 5-car breakaway on the inside. Now they kind of mess around there in the corner, but so far everyone not hitting the panic button. We got time. We're running out of time, but we still got some time to work with. Kurt Busch around the outside there, and this is the cell right here. I'm very confident, guaranteeing it on the right side right there. That's going to be the one. That's going to be the one that drops a bit of a storm on us here, and it's in the perfect set of corners now. Oh my God, what just happened there? The AI just went crazy. I wasn't the only one that saw that, right? I swear they like jumped backwards and then they jumped forwards by like several feet. That was one of the weirdest things I've seen here. As we continue now, Kurt Busch, I'm out. Oh, it's raining. It's raining. It's drizzling. We got rain. We got rain. Now NASCAR, they will certainly race these cars in a drizzle to light rain. They've proven that. However, when does this track get wet? That's the question here. We still have quite a few laps to go. We are 6 laps to go, actually. So this is going to be interesting to see if the track gets wet. What happens first? The track gets wet, we crash, or we finish the race before the track gets wet. We're going to find out the hard way, because right now it's a drizzle, but you see the track there on the bottom right. It is dry. I'm going to stick with Kyle Busch for now, but if we get a run here, now it's go time. It's go time, because we don't know, how much time we have to work with here in terms of the track conditions. So we got to really get a move on it. Chase Elliott currently, by the way, out in front. I thought Elliott had 2 T's or something in the end. I can't remember. Over 200 miles per hour into turn 1. Look at the run we got right there. We have to take it, and we do. And it's going to work to perfection. Can I slip in this gap right here? Look at the movement right there. The track is damp. NASCAR has not thrown a caution yet. We are racing in damp conditions. You can clearly see the rain coming down at this point now. It's not even a question anymore. And NASCAR is keeping us out on the track with 4 laps to go. When we get to the line, NASCAR is saying they intend to finish out this race here in this regular season finale, and what might be a very questionable call here, we're about to find out. The track is damp, it is raining, the weather has gone from drizzle to light rain to rain, and I'm sure it's going to only go further from this point on. Now 4 laps to go. What happens first? Do we crash or do we get to the finish of this race? 4 laps, that's only what, not even 2 minutes, so it is doable. We can make it to the end of this race. However, if this track gets wet within another, I would say, lap and a half, we're going to be in serious trouble right here now, as we're going to give Matt DiBenedetto a big push here, or Harrison Burton. Is this 2021 Harrison? Yeah, no, it's Matt DiBenedetto then, 2021. Okay, so we continue side by side with Keselowski. The speed in the car is falling off here as this track's getting damp as we head down into 3, and you can certainly see the effect it's having on my car, actually, and you can see it in the track now, though. Look at that. You can definitely see that the track is getting wet. So NASCAR electing so far that not gonna throw a caution here, so very questionable and very realistic, I guess I would say, here, as we are gonna be again up the inside of Truex. It looks like we have good straight line speed, but that's really it. Oh, yeah, we're starting to feel the effects for sure. It is starting to go away. It's not necessarily loose. It is loose right there, though. Oh my goodness, I was going to say it was kind of plowing into 1 and 2, and oh yeah, no, I'm starting to lose grip here. So now we're just trying to hang on. It's 2 laps to go at the line. Heavy rain. We have transitioned into heavy rain. Is this track going to get wet? I'm losing the handling for sure in these corners now, but we're all just trying to collectively together hang on. You can certainly see now the track is wet, NASCAR. I think it's time to throw a caution. Slightly wet is what the track conditions say here. I have a tough time believing that one. 2 laps to go from this Daytona regular season finale. Eric Jones, you little goblin, this is gonna be big, boys. We gotta hang on to it. Oh my goodness, I don't give a crap about your track limits right there. I just made the biggest save and saved an entire field here at Daytona. You guys should be applauding me right now. Oh my goodness. We're coming to the final lap. The track is not completely wet yet. It's only slightly wet, but that was all it took. That was all it took in real life, in reality, to of course cause major carnage and issues. So we head down into 3 side by side with McMurray, and you see we still have a whole field of cars behind us. I am not voluntarily driving this far up the track. Oh, we got problems. Everybody's having issues. You see the spray. We're gonna go crashing here down the front straightaway, coming to the final lap. No grip left. There is no grip left whatsoever. NASCAR doesn't throw the caution, and you see the results there, as oh my goodness, what a catastrophe that was. So I'm bringing it back around the track now. Let's see if we can even make it around this thing. I think we can. It's certainly slippy and slidey, but look, there's a dry groove right up here. Oh, you can actually kind of feel it too when you get up here, so that's nice. Now everyone might as well just run up here. I think that happened last time I was here too. I think that's just a bit of a weird kind of thing that happens with this track in the rain. So we're going to end up finishing dead last. I think Josh Bilicki just won the regular season finale here from Daytona, and the rain has already stopped. Just like that, the rain has come to a close. The track is soaked here, and honestly, if you just stay flat-foot around here, it's not that bad. Other than that one moment, we just saw a whole bunch of spray out of nowhere, and everyone just kind of came together. But we're gonna come through to cross the line for a P40. What an absolute embarrassment. Uh-oh, 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 oh, 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 oh. That's teammate, my bad, sir, it was raining. Alright, we bring it into the pit box and call it a day here from Daytona. We finished the race. NASCAR got what they wanted, you know, at what cost? It was pouring down rain there at the end. It's still pouring down rain as we speak. But what an embarrassment for the sport. They're leaving us out on a heavily wet track there at the end as we try to recreate the disaster. You know, I think I was the only one that crashed actually right there. We had a bunch of cars slowing up, but that was really it. But if you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.